Watching the morning show from your local news leader.
Welcome back to the morning show. We have cooking coach Adam Wisnewski from Breakfast, Life, and Dinner here with us for this week's Kitchen Confidence. And we're making something that's going to be a little bit on the sweeter side today.
That's right. Well, if it were a sunny day, we would all want some ice cream. But I like ice cream on a rainy day, too.
Yeah,
so
not a sunny day today, exactly, but...
So we've got lots of different kinds of ice cream, and the simplest version during the summer, you've got all these different fruits that you're coming across from the farmer's market and from the grocery store. And if you want to make a sorbet, that is very simply sugar and fruit. And
sugar and fruit.
Right, so I make a simple syrup, which is water and sugar, and you cook that down. You have that on hand if you need to make that for, desserts or liqueurs or whatever, but simple syrup is always something good.
Just water and sugar.
Water and sugar. And then you blend up fruit. You add enough sugar to make it sweet, not too sweet, and then you freeze it.
Okay.
And then today we're going to make a peach sherbet. And sherbet...
Sherbet, not sherbet.
Right, there's only one R.
There's only one R, not sherbet.
So sherbet is sorbet with a little dairy added.
Okay.
And so you could use, almond milk. You could use regular milk. We're going to use a little cream today. In some, I'll use a little evaporated milk or condensed milk. So you can use all these different kinds of dairy. You can experiment with the different flavors and textures.
Whichever kind you like mixed with it the best, right?
That's right. So what we're going to do is we're going to take... and today's National Peaches and Cream Day.
Oh, well, conveniently enough.
So conveniently enough. So you can, you've got all those great fruits from the summertime. We're going to have all those great stone fruits. But I'm in a clean it up mode right now. Yes. One of my classes that I teach is a clean it up. So we go through your pantry and your freezer, and we get all the things that have been sitting there for a couple of months, and we use them up.
The stuff that has to go. It's got to get used, or it
So I've had these peaches in the freezer for a while.
These ones here?
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So there we go. Yep. So I'm going to use those up today. A little splash of citrus, a little simple syrup, a little banana for texture.
Okay.
And that's going to make our sherbet.
We're just going to throw it all in the
go ahead. So go on over. And so a little banana.
So banana first?
So just go ahead and throw it in there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to do the whole thing.
We'll put the peaches in.
Right?
Okay.
And it's going to blend for a while. We want it to get it nice and smooth. Okay. And then there's about a quarter cup of simple syrup.
Simple syrup in.
And then we'll taste it later on and see if that's not sweet enough.
Okay.
But you want to let the fruit shine through. So then a little bit of lemon juice. There we go. And that is the entirety of the recipe.
That's it?
That's it. That's the whole thing. So all of those fruits that you're going to see this summer, all the strawberries and all the berries, the stone fruits, buy a little extra.
And you're bound to be left over with some in your fridge anyway, because most people keep strawberries around that time of year. And
so you're thinking to yourself, well, I wouldn't put it out on the table. It may be a little, dingy. Go ahead and use it in a sorbet or a sherbet, because you're going to blend it up. You're going to sweeten it a little bit. That's why we have these sorts of dishes, is to use those things up from the fridge.
Gotcha. People
worry about eating local, and I tell them all the time, there's nothing more local than your fridge. So open your fridge and use the stuff that's in there instead of wasting it.
That's true. So we just combined all these fruits and a little bit of simple syrup, and we just blend it together, and then we're going to have
That's the whole thing. So we're going to come back a little later. I've got a flight of ice creams to try. I made a whole bunch of them yesterday. So honestly,
flight of ice creams. Yeah. I like the sound of that.
So there we go. So we're just going to start that blend. And we would let that run until it's smooth. You might add a little more juice or a little more water if it's too thick. But generally speaking, you want to see how it freezes, because a lot of the moisture in there, a lot of the liquid is going to, keep it a little liquidy, a little slushy, and you want it to freeze a little more solid.
Absolutely. So once we blend this up really well, we're going to come back in the second half and look at how to make sherbet.
So this is right. So that's all you do is you blend that, and then you add a splash of whatever it is, cream. We're going to use the whipping cream. So the sherbet. So this is sorbet. And sherbet, it would just pour a little cream in, and you're done. That's sherbet.
Absolutely. Well, we will check back in with you in just a few minutes to watch that part. Now we're going to